Hey! Oh gosh, maybe a bit too close. I don't know. Anyway, another one of these in real life videos. This is number 2. We probably will not be numbering them all the way through. Doesn't feel like the kind of thing you should do, but who knows, maybe we will do exactly that. Anyway, this one, we're going to be talking about Fallout, because we are ending the Fallout 2 playthrough either sometime this week or maybe next week. I'm not sure yet. It depends on how much, well, I guess how much more is remaining. Apparently there's a bit of a post-game situation in Fallout 2 compared to the first one. You can play after you beat the main campaign, and there's some fun little extra bonus goodies and whatnot in there, so we'll probably get up to a lot of that. Probably be 1 or 2 more weeks of Fallout 2, kind of leading up pretty well into Starfield in the beginning of September with the early access period. This one is another one where we're talking about more questions that are frequently asked. And of course, if you've got similar questions, especially ones if you've noticed them asked a lot, even if it's not your own question, feel free to write in. Otherwise, I do have a bit of a list that we'll be going through. Anyway, folks been wondering, when am I going to start Fallout 3 and or 4? And what about New Vegas? Last time, we didn't really cover it in the schedule, but it is a little bit further out than Starfield. It will be... Fallout 3 will be the next Fallout game that we play. It won't be, if we do play it, obviously it won't be in the CRPG slot that usually occupies days that do not have the letter T in them. It will be in the other slot, the ones that do have the letter T. Anyway, whenever it does happen, it will be sometime perhaps during Starfield, maybe, I'm not sure yet. Like I said, it's going to be tentative, and it will depend on how sort of the rhythm with Starfield goes, and I guess really just how much and how badly I want to personally play Starfield, which right now, that desire is currently incredibly high. To reiterate on the prior video, Starfield will be effectively daily for at minimum a month, and that's because I know I just won't be able to help myself. I'll very likely, very easily get recorded ahead quite a bit. So Fallout 3 will come into play if I hit a good rhythm with Starfield and I have the extra time and I'm not like pre-recording ahead even more Starfield. Because Fallout 3 probably will not be pre-recorded ahead. It'll be similar to others where the only times I really pre-record terribly far in advance is if I've got something going on in real life and I need to get stuff done ahead of time. That way I can be out of town. Which, speaking of which, I was just out of town this weekend to see my mother, family, and friends back in my hometown. And it was pretty fun. It went pretty well because, you know, had free time thanks to Skyrim recently ending. A whole bunch of things are going to be starting up soon. We've got the mystery thing probably incredibly likely to be starting this week. Getting finishing touches on Baldur's Gate 2 stuff to where there will be very little of a break period between Fallout 2 and Baldur's Gate 2. Normally, between every playthrough, after every playthrough, there's a bit of a break period for my own sake. But I don't think that'll be necessary at all. We're doing pretty good, chugging along. Like I said, the stars just so happen to be aligning in this correct way. But yeah, expect mystery game in probably this week, incredibly likely this week, probably 95% chance this week. And just to reiterate, Fallout 3 will be perhaps sometime during Starfield. Like I said, if I hit a good rhythm with it, if I've got the free time to also do Fallout 3 in addition to Starfield, right? So I'm not sure if that'll balance out that way. Going even further into the future, after Fallout 3, I also want to do a replay of New Vegas. That time I want to use the J. Sawyer official mod, right? It's kind of in a middle ground, but nonetheless, I didn't have that in the first playthrough. We'll probably use fewer mods because we tried to operate the first New Vegas playthrough with some overhaul mods, and I kind of feel like I just want ones that will add stability rather than anything that does too much else. We're going to keep it even more vanilla than it was the last time, because that's just my personal preference. That's probably a topic for another video of the In Real Life series in the future. And then after New Vegas, again, there will be Fallout 4, and that'll be way into the far-flung future, because I assume redoing 3 in its entirety will take a while, or playing 3 again in its entirety will take a while, although it's a bit of a shorter game. Fallout New Vegas, I'm probably not going to 100% it again, but I do want to do, you know, like every major quest, but we're not going to try and get like every single item. We'll just get items that are necessary for our build. We won't try to get every single uniquely named item and all that. We'll just run through the quests and see the fun reactivity and all of that. Obviously, we'll be playing a very different character with different backing ideology or whatever, right? You know, very thought-provoking and political game. We'll be going with a very different type of character from the first time. And hey, I'll just be happy to have New Vegas recorded with better quality as far as video and audio, I would say, because that was quite a while ago. And yeah, eventually we'll hit Fallout 4. Hopefully, it's not too far off for some folks, but I mean, you know, inevitably it will be. Also, I was thinking, hey, this is a video where we're talking about kind of like the future of Fallout as it pertains to showing up on this channel. So why not talk about a little bit of the Fallout TV show, which is probably coming up, I don't know, within a year of real time, right? Within 365 days, I would imagine it'll start airing, because it wrapped up filming in March of this year. So it kind of just dodged the bullet of having any negative impact of the current writers and actors strikes. Of course, support to the striking actors and all that, and their unions and stuff, all good stuff. They should definitely be getting paid. But in our case, we got a little bit lucky, so we're not going to see any sort of unforeseen delays or anything like that, or strange complications, right, with the Fallout show. It will be whatever it is, whether it's good or bad. And we will be talking about it. Hey, if we've got this in real life video sort of playlist going on, week to week situation, I'm pretty sure, right, it's going up on, it's an Amazon series. How do they do theirs? I think they do theirs sort of week to week as well. They don't release all of their stuff at once, similar to Netflix does, right? They sort of release an episode 1 week at a time, unless it's like the very beginning and they have like a 2 or 3 episode extravaganza and they show a whole bunch at once, right? So we should be able to just cover it in these in real life sorts of formats or whatever, right? We'll cover it like this. Or maybe we'll even make our own sort of spin-off situation, but I just won't do in real life. Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. Now that I'm kind of like thinking it out right here, we'll probably do it to where we just put on pause, unless it's absolutely necessary and dire. We'll put on pause in real life, and I'll just do another video where it's just me talking into a camera, except it'll specifically be about the Fallout TV show and sort of talking about what happened in the show, whatever weird, funny situation happened. Maybe it won't even be focused on me talking in the show. Maybe I'll just be like a little head in the corner or whatever, and we'll just look at screenshots, because obviously we can't look over full footage, but we'll look at pictures of the show and sort of talk about that. That way it's more of podcast friendly, right? Yeah, that's probably a good idea. That way it's just easy listening. You don't even have to watch the video. You can just listen to it. Effectively a podcast, but there's a little bit of video in the corner if you so desire. That seems like the best bet to me. That's very similar to a lot of similar situations with, I don't know, these watch-along podcasts that I personally listen to and watch, right? Which is sort of the impetus for the entire channel. That's the plans for Fallout going forward for the foreseeable future. We're going to inject stuff for the TV show when it's necessary. Probably in real life series of videos will go on a effectively a hiatus, though, like I said, they'll probably still be a little, like I'll still be talking into a camera. Albeit at a diminished state, because it won't be the main focus. They'll be the show will be the main focus. There'll also be Fallout 3 coming up soon, quote unquote soon. Soon depends on how easily ingratiated we get with Starfield. It could be right away. Highly unlikely. 95% that is not going to happen, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to get super duper into Starfield. But Fallout 3 will happen at some point during all of that. Maybe even pretty deep into it. I'm not sure. So maybe scratch the soon part. I take it back. I take back everything. I lied. This is becoming an apology video now. And then after Fallout 3, we'll redo New Vegas. It'll be shorter than the original New Vegas playthrough because we sort of already understand how it works. We won't be going for every single incredible item and all that. We're just going to be doing every quest. And then after that, in the far-flung future, Fallout 4, which I presume will take a bit. In knowing how far out Fallout 4 is, I guess it's sort of a hypothetical question of, will we reach Fallout 4 before Elder Scrolls 6? And I feel like we will. All right. That does it for this one. Hopefully this one was a bit of a quicker one. Expect them all to be a little bit on the quicker side. That's the idea. I prefer the brevity of the situation. More to come. So far, we're nailing it every Tuesday. Look forward to it. Fallout 2, ending soon. New stuff, spinning up. It's all happening. It's all coming soon. The stars are aligned. It just so happens that things feel very unbusy, but simultaneously incredibly busy right now, right? How amazing. Starfield's coming up. I'm incredibly excited. Until next time, please take care of each other.